Good morning, you guys. We're gonna have some guinea pig math. This is Teddy. She's gonna help us with math today. Her name is Teddy. We have another one named Reese too. She's a guinea pig, and we've had her for almost a year, and she is a love. And she's gonna teach us how to do some math. Let me put her back so we can concentrate on our math. Okay. So we're going to talk about finding least common denominators, okay? So I have two fractions here, 2/4 plus 3/6. We know that we can't add them because we need to find a common denominator. We can't add a 4 and a 6. We can't do that. So the easiest way to do this is find the least common denominator. The way we're going to do that is we're going to find multiples of 4, okay? So that means 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 times 5 is 20. I'm just going to stop. I do a few, and then if I need to do more, I can always go back and I can do more. Now I'm going to find common multiples or multiples of 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 4 is 24. I'm going to stop because I noticed something. The first number that they both share is 12. So that is going to be my least common denominator. I'm going to use 12. Okay, 12 is the LCD, least common denominator. Now, that means that I have to convert 2/4 to 12ths, and I have to convert 3/6 to 12ths. How do I do that? So I took our 2/4 and I brought it down right here. Next to it, I put 12 because we need to convert this 4 to a 12. So I put the 12 there, and I think to myself, 4 times what will give me 12? Well, 4 times 3. So if I multiply the denominator times 3, I have to do the same thing to the numerator. So 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times 3 is 12. So now 2/4 equals 6/12. So I just renamed my fraction. Now over here, I'm going to do the same thing. I brought down my 3/6. I'm going to put the 12 over here, and I think to myself, how do I get from 6 to 12? What do I multiply by? Times 2. I have to do the same thing with the numerator. 3 times 2 would give me 6. 6 times 2 would give me 12. Okay, so now these are our new fractions that we're looking at. We can add them now because they're both over 12ths. So 6/12 plus 6/12 equals 12 over 12. Remember, you only add the numerators. The denominator stays the same. So 12/12. We also know that 12/12 equals 1 whole. And I want you to think about it. Sometimes you have to sit there and think, does this make sense? Well, I know that 2/4 is equal to a half because 2 is half of 4. I also know that 3/6 is equal to a half because 3 is half of 6. And I know that a half plus a half equals 1 whole. So we are right. Okay, let's try another one together. Get a piece of paper. And we're going to find the least common denominator for 3/5 plus 6/7. I'm going to give you a second to write it down. So we want to find the LCD. So I need to think about this. I need to find multiples of 5, and then I'm going to have to find multiples of 7. So I'm going to make my list for 5s first. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. Really all you're doing is adding 5s, right? You're skip counting by 5s. That's all you're doing. I'm going to stop because I might have to go